Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be changing out the steering wheel on my 2015 Tesla Model S. It has the basic OEM style round steering wheel, but we're going to be making a slight change to that. The package arrived a couple days ago, and today I'm getting around to putting it in. This is the Yoke style steering wheel, as you can see here. My car has the winter package. So as you can see here, you actually have the connection for the heating steering wheel. And I end up getting, you can get three different types of, at least from place where I ordered it from, you can get three different types of material that wraps it. You can get the this suede type material that matches my dash. The dash has this suede type material on it, so I wanted it to match that. You can get just the basic leather wrap, or you can get the leather wrap with all the little holes up in there. I paid about $230 for this, shipped to me. If you buy it from some places, there's a lot of places out here that really has a lot of customizations you can have on here. Different type of stitchings, different colors stitching versus the color of here, different materials all on here. And those things can run a lot of money. I've seen them run like, $1,000, $1,200. But I wasn't sure how much I would like it. I'm not gonna drop that kind of loot on it. But $230, that was more than within my price range. So from this place, you can get different type of stitching, different color stitching. And of course you can do get this different types of material that wraps it as well. And they have heating versus not heating, black material versus white material. So it's a lot of combinations out there that may suit your needs for this price range. So to get this all installed, what we're going to need is a number 10 Allen wrench and a number 4 Allen wrench. And we're also going to need some Loctite. We're going with blue Loctite. And I'm using this right here to get the nut off from the center bolt out because it has a nice long handle. It's big and meaty because it's going to take a lot of strength actually to break that, to get that bolt out of there, all right? So why don't we get inside and get this started? So it's up to you whether you disconnect the battery or not. It's a big belief that you have to disconnect the battery. I'm not going to dispute that, but I'm not disconnecting the battery. So that is your call on what you do on that. I advise you to disconnect the battery. How about that? All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is take our number 4 Allen wrench, and we're gonna go from the back. And there are two of them back here, one on both sides. I'll even use this one as an example. When you're looking on the back of here, you have one here and one here. So you want to put your Allen wrench in there and loosen up both of those. All right, so I turned the steering wheel to get the one on the left side because these right here are all in the way and you don't have the ability to get it out. So I want to go ahead and just loosen that up and get that out of there first. And then I'll put the steering wheel back in the right position. All right, and now I'll do the other one since I'm already here. All right, now I'm gonna turn the steering wheel back straight. All right, so after you have the two bolts out, they didn't actually come out for me. I unscrewed them completely, but they're still setting up in there. What you wanna do, you don't wanna grab the airbag to pull the air on the airbag because you remember you're taking this whole unit out right here. And it's not just gonna just pop out. I know some videos just make it seem like it just pops out, but it doesn't. You have to get your fingers up in there, whatever you have, and hold on to it because you gotta pop it out. So, see, that's one side out right there. I'm not sure if you can see that right now. You can actually stick a finger up in there. And there we go. And there's that. And now bring you in. All right, so here is what we have. We have the two for the airbags in here. And we also have, well, this is your airbag. Your airbag is always yellow. This one would be for your controls right here. So airbag, controls, and this one right here, as you can see it, that one is for the heated steering wheel. So we're just going to disconnect those. So we'll do the airbag first. All right, so to remove these, ultimately what you need to do is push down on this and push up on that at the same time, just pull it out. But it's not that easy. Well, it may be for you, but for me, it wasn't coming out. So what I did was, when holding those down, I stuck a flat blade in between there and went into the other areas and gently just twisted it to apply pressure against the back half of this while pushing on the actual plug itself to get it out of there. So you're just going to want to do that for each one to eventually get it out. When I pulled them down, it wouldn't just slide out. Neither is this. I'm doing the same for this side as well. All right, so I got the airbag one out now as well. And yes, the battery is still connected. I wish I would have recorded it, could have recorded it, but I couldn't hold the camera at the same time. So I like to get you guys real close to see the details. Now, the thing is that I think the reason why I was having issues is because I had the airbag kind of like hanging down here, and it was putting downward pressure on here. So that just kind of, because it was kind of cocked a little bit, it made it difficult to slide out. So I think if you like set it up on your knee and lift up to release some of the pressure off of here from pulling down, it may be easier and will slide out easier. And then the last one is for the heating control one down here. And for this one down here, where is it? There we go, my thumb is blocking it. That right there, you just lift up on this right here and it'll just slide on out. And there we go. So there's your airbag right there, still intact. And now we're going to remove this right here. And for this, we're going to need our number, what was that again? A number 10. And you see your two screws right here, they stayed in, so they don't come out. Apparently they don't come out, they stay in, all right? We're gonna put this on here. And you know, like older cars or other cars, non-electric, you know how the steering wheel will lock when you have the key off and out? This doesn't fully lock, so it could kind of, so you won't have that benefit of this being locked in place while you're trying to get this off. So sometimes it's good to have a second person holding the steering wheel while you're doing this. I don't have that. It's just me here by myself. So I'm gonna use my my wrench with a lot of leverage and hold the steering wheel while I'm doing that to break that loose. That wasn't bad. I think I overplayed that one. Wasn't bad at all. And there it is. So at that point, we should be able to take this and take it off. There are no electronics or anything inside of here that need to be transferred over to your new one. Now we'll take our new one and we'll just slide it on. There's actually, let me see if you can see that. Now, if you look down in here, right there, you see that little notch right there? That's letting you know where's your center mark right there. And if you look in here, you'll see the same key down in there. Can you see it? You see that groove, that thicker groove at the bottom that goes all the way through? That's the one you're going to match up to it. See that? It's all nice and matched up. So now we'll get this all the way pressed in, and we'll put our bolt in with some Loctite, tighten it up, and give it a try. With a bit of Loctite. Right, and just to be safe, I'll take my big boy. Some extra leverage just to get that few extra inch. There we go. Now we take our airbag and controls, and we start plugging everything back up. Remember, it even says yellow on this side so you remember that the airbag goes on the left-hand side. So I'll plug in the heater element. Then I'll plug in the controls, and now I'll plug back in the airbag. There we go. Just making sure all the wires are in a good spot. And if you can see those, there's two nubs right here. 1, 2. They line up with these two nubs that are out here, and I'm sure you'll see others too that line up. Down at the bottom, there's two nubs, and they line up with the holes down here at the bottom as well. And then there's nubs for these. So there's 6 holes total in the new steering wheel, just like this old steering wheel, that those little nubs will line up with. All right, so now that I got that on, I can start tightening back up the bolts. All right, so the screws are still in here in the old steering wheel. So I just have to take an Allen wrench and just push it from the other side, and then just push them out through the back. All right, and then you just transfer them over into here. All right, so now that you've taken those 2 bolts and put them into the back, as you can see, they're right here and here, and your airbag, your controls, and your, if you have heating steering wheel, is in there. They're all plugged up. And now what you want to do is you want to get this all set up. So what you want to do is first, if you have here a steering wheel, make sure that this control down here, the wire is in the middle so it won't get pinched in between those two holes and, you know, make you not have heated steering. So make sure that's in that little slot for it. And then when you put it in here, what you want to do is make sure that the nubs line up with those holes, and then you just want to press it in. So make sure those nuts, you can use the two at the top as your guide. If those are lined up, all the others will be lined up too. And then you could just apply outward pressure from out here and here to press it in closer. And just apply pressure here and here. And then when you got it pretty nice and close, then at that point you can start tightening up the bolts in the back. And so what I will do, I will turn it to make it easier for myself. And I will apply pressure here. So you apply pressure to push it closer, so it's closer to the bolt as I'm turning it. So it makes it easier for the bolt to grab the actual airbag to pull it in all the way. There we go, one side down, and then I'll turn it, and I'll do the other side. Now I'll turn it back level, and we'll get all this stuff put away. Then we'll test to make sure all of our controls work. And then at that point, we'll take her out for a spin. All right, so now that we have the steering wheel installed, we want to check to make sure all of our controls work. See the volume button over here works? Well, I have mine set to volume over here. McDonald's. Yep, that part still works for the navigation. And here, down here, you can bring up different settings. So that button still works. And also my ability to use my thumb scroll button works as well. I have it set for my temperature. Turn that off so you guys can hear me. And it does feels good. It's awesome to be able to have that unobscured view of the screen up here. Now it's time to take it for a drive to see if I actually like the way it feels when I drive. It's different. All right, so I enjoyed the drive, and I really enjoy it, and I think this is going to be a keeper. I would say the only negative thing, if I had to pick a negative thing, would be, because of my placement on the steering wheel now at this point in time, instead of my fingers normally being up here to go ahead and just hit your turn signal naturally, left or right, now I'm setting lower. So what am I going to be inclined to do when it's time to turn left or right? My finger's going to reach out and it's going to push down on the speed on the cruise control, and that'll get kicked in. I'm sure you guys have done that before, where it kind of is unnerving when you do that by mistake because the car takes over there for a second. So I would say that would be the one negative, that you're going to have to learn not to do that. You know, actually, I take that back. Now that I'm actually out driving it, my hands are more naturally up top up here, so that my finger, my index finger is right here for the blinkers, directionals, as some people may call them as well. But so I don't think you will really have an issue. You may, but you really won't. At least I don't think I will have an issue of mistakenly hitting the cruise control switch over there, because naturally it seems that my hands are more higher on the steering wheel than I originally thought. Other than that, that's how you install the steering wheel on your Model S Tesla. I hope you guys like. If you like, hit the like button. Definitely hit that subscribe button, because I have other YouTubes working on my Tesla out there, and I'm going to be adding some more. One of the things that will be coming up will be that I'm going to be installing this on there too, because I've already installed the overlays on here to, instead of having the brushed silver look, I'm going to be switching this over to the carbon fiber look too as well.